Good evening, everyone. I'll call to order the regular meeting of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, September 23rd, 2021, 6 p.m. I'd like to ask Danny Lance if he'll come forward, True Life Church, and provide our invocation and lead us in our pledge. If everyone will stand.
Heavenly Father, we are so grateful for every good thing in our life, for it all comes from you. We're grateful for our hometown and for this wonderful, wonderful place that we call home. We're grateful, Lord, also for those that you have placed in leadership positions and that we have elected into these positions. And Lord, I pray tonight, first of all, your wisdom for them, that they would make good, solid decisions, that they would make decisions that are correct for the people that look to them for leadership. We thank you for them. I ask, Lord, that they have consensus and they have unity in their decisions. And Lord, that we as a city come closer together, not allowing all the things that could pull us apart to pull us apart, but instead, Lord, help us to come together as one, as pioneers. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Roll call, Ms. Middleton.
Mayor Williams,
Here.
Vice Mayor Chauncey,
Here.
Councilmember Cagle,
Here.
Councilmember Helton,
Here.
Councilmember Witt,
Here.
City Manager Dorsey,
Here.
City Attorney Litchford.
Here.
All right, at this time, I believe we have a presentation, or they'd like to come forward, the Citizens Police Academy alumni.
I guess that'll be me. For those of you that are fortunate enough not to know me, my name's Harry Mackey. I've lived on South St. Mark's Avenue for the last 45 years. So I've been around here a day or two. But I'm here to represent the Citizens Police Academy alumni. That's a long lot to say, but irregardless, we're going to be selling these cups this time, especially at the National Night Out on the 5th. The money will be used for something, we haven't voted on it yet, but it will be used for something with the police department. The Alumni Association is kind of a loose-knit bunch right now. We're working to be more organized and possibly be a real charity at one time. But anything we do is going to affect something in the police department. And I want to thank y'all. As a person who's been through the academy, we learned a lot. And I wish that every citizen could know what's going on through the police. And I found it was very interesting. I've been around police people all my life. Maybe I shouldn't admit that, should I? In a good way. Irregardless, these cups are going to be sold for $12, or if you buy more than two or more, they'll be $10 for as many as you want. And let's see if I've left anything out. I believe that's about all there is to it. We're going to be on the night out. I won't be selling them. They got me cooking hamburgers. But who said hot dogs? Irregardless, we appreciate the help from the council, and the fact that you let this academy happen, I think, is a really good thing and reflects well on our city. Since I had, oh, by the way, there's instructions inside how to wash it. It says put it on the top, in the top rack of the dishwasher, basically. That's not too hard to remember.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harry.
All right, we'll move to item 4, the consent agenda. Assume everyone's had an opportunity to read the minutes of September 9th, 2021 council meeting and reviewed the declaration of surplus property. I will entertain a motion for the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion to approve by Councilmember Hilton and a second by Councilmember Witt. Do we have any discussion? I see none. Roll call, Ms. Middleton.
Vice Mayor Chauncey,
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle,
Yes.
Councilmember Helton,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt,
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes. Move to communication to citizens. This is an opportunity for any citizen or resident business owner that'd like to come forward, address the council with any concerns, questions, or accolades. We don't have anyone signed up, but we'll take anyone that's interested in coming from the floor at this time. You'll have 5 minutes. I see no one. We'll move to communications from council members. Start on this side. Councilmember Cagle.
No, sir, not at this time.
Vice Mayor Chauncey.
I have nothing, Mayor.
Councilmember Hilton.
Nothing at this time.
Councilmember Witt.
I would like to give my condolences to the Shipley family. Greg Shipley passed away last night. And he was a member of the Citizens Police Academy alumni.
Yes. So I concur. Please keep Greg Shipley's family in your thoughts and prayers as they go through this difficult time. I'd also like to bring up the fact that Jeffrey Stubblefield, if you will remember, Jeffrey won the TriStar Reads competition last year by reading 39,000 minutes, 650 hours at the age of 6. Well, Jeffrey placed first in the TriStar Reading competition once again at age 7. This year, he and other division winners will have an opportunity to meet Governor Lee and tour the governor's mansion. He also, Jeffrey, was selected to join the highly selective Davison Institute Young Scholars Program for the Profound Gifted. This organization provides additional extracurricular, I'll get it right, activities for gifted students. This young man is very gifted. He is a joy to be around, and he will go far in life. So I wanted to mention that. The other thing is we now have 2 locations for a retired flag drop-off box. One box is located here at City Hall, and the other will be at Camp Jordan. Is it at Camp Jordan already?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. It's at Camp Jordan. Thanks to Chase Lowry for this amazing Eagle Scout project. Chase reached out to me, and it was my honor to sponsor his project for him and the Eagle Scouts. And then thanks to the Boy Scouts America Troop 74 for maintaining and retiring the flags. So it's right out here past the library. And in Camp Jordan, it is...
To the left of the entrance, right?
Perfect. This is an awesome project. I have been collecting flags for years that I retire myself, and held on to them because I'm not sure what to do with them. I know what to do with them, I just don't have the opportunity to. So this is great. I've had a lot of comments of people will be utilizing this. Heroes Night Out. We had that at multiple venues this past weekend. Friday night, the city of East Ridge was honored to participate in open ceremonies at Boyd Speedway, Heroes Night in America, by carrying the U.S. flag. Assistant Chief Usselton drove an East Ridge Cruiser, and I was able to present the U.S. flag as we went around the track. Then Saturday, the city of East Ridge was honored to display our new ladder truck in front of the stadium, and Chief Williams and other firefighters attended the game. So that was a great honor for that, to be asked to do that. I'm going to ask Chief Allen, there's a couple things I would like for him to come up. One of them is congratulating, you may want to speak to the congratulations of Lauren Brooks for completing your law enforcement officer. Then talk about some police vehicles that we have recently received.
Yes, sir. Officer Brooks graduated last Friday on the 17th from the Walter State Community College Police Academy. She was instrumental, and this was presented during the graduation, she was instrumental in making sure the graduation happened, secured a venue for it, and helped organize that. But she graduated. She's in field training with Officer John Perry, who recently won our Officer of the Year award. And so we expect her to do good things once she gets through with field training. cars. We ordered 7 vehicles with our new budget. We had also ordered 2 SUVs back in the spring. Those finally came in a few weeks ago. Still need to get radios and in-car cameras in those, but they're out. Then we have received 4 trucks, pickup trucks, F-150s. 2 of those are black and administrative vehicles. They won't have any markings. One will be driven by Assistant Chief Elston, the other one by Lieutenant Stevenson. And the 2 white ones, I haven't seen those in person yet, but those have been striped, and I'm told that they look really, really good. We're very happy to get those. But we're still waiting on 2 more white trucks and 1 more SUV to come in and get ready to put out on the road.
Awesome.
And National Night Out.
Thank you.
And we really appreciate Mr. Mackey doing the cooking. Everybody that has been around East Ridge knows what kind of cook he is. So we're happy, really happy to have him cooking. It's on October 5th from 6 to 8, right out here behind City Hall. Will be lots of booths, venues, lots of fun. We have a petting zoo, bunch of things to give away, and hamburgers and hot dogs to eat. And then last thing is our Citizens of Police Academy. We don't have a start date for that yet. We are begging for applicants to participate in our next Citizens Academy, hopefully starting sometime next month. Assistant Chief Usselton told me right now we only have 1 approved applicant. So really want to encourage people to apply for that and participate in this.
Spread the word. Great program.
And Councilmember Witt was one of the first ones, and she will be happy to talk to anybody about how good it was if they ask her.
And we will have applications at National Night Out.
Correct. We'll have applications for that and for our Community Cares program.
Will we have applications at the Centennial?
Yes, we will.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you, sir.
That's all I have.
All right. You did mention Officer Perry, so I would want to mention that East Ridge Optimist Club held their annual luncheon September the 10th to honor the first responders in East Ridge. Officer John Perry was awarded the East Ridge Optimist Police Officer of the Year, and Captain Chris Peters was awarded the East Ridge Optimist Firefighter of the Year. Congratulations to John and Chris, and thank them for their service to our community. I'd like to offer congratulations to both East Ridge High staff and students for earning a Level 5 2020-21 school year. Level 5 is the highest level academic growth a school can earn. So proud of East Ridge High, and as well, East Ridge Elementary staff and students also earned a Level 5 for the school year 20 to 21, again, which is the highest academic growth that the school could earn. So those are great. East Ridge Centennial Celebration, the last meeting before we have this great festivity. It starts off with a 5, 10, and half marathon race. It's going to be amazing. We have 25 or so sponsors, 90 plus vendors, food trucks. The East Ridge Library will be there with an Alice in Wonderland theme to make crafts and games. We'll have art mural for the that will consist of the last 100 years. There's a kids area with inflatables. There's yard games by Top Golf. There's going to be 6 bands and 5 breweries. And we also have a video presentation of our history that was sponsored by Representative Helton, Councilmember Helton or Councilmember Helton for that by Brawley Productions. So we're excited for this event. We hope everyone comes out and enjoys. It's still going to be a long day. You can come stay the whole day. You can come, leave, come back. It's going to be some fireworks at the end around 9 o'clock. It's going to be an awesome celebration for our history of East Ridge for 100 years. And then last, and then pass it on, is help us choose our next state license plate. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but go out on the Tennessee website, tn.gov, governor/rate the plate, and there's 4 designs, 2 color options, and then 2 designs per color. So you have an input in how you would like to see your next, if you live in Tennessee, that is, your plate So you have some input in that. So I highly recommend. I've already voted on mine, so we'll see if someone cancels mine out or agree with me.
I canceled it out.
I know, we talked. You canceled mine out, so. That's probably enough. That's all I have, so I'll pass it to
Thank you,
City
Mayor.
Manager Dorsey.
Let's start with on Saturday, October 2nd, the first annual Cruise for Paws will be taking place at O'Reilly's right here in East Ridge on Ringgold Road. There's going to be door prizes, a silent auction, a 50-50 drawing, and it's going to help benefit Chattanooga, if I can say that correctly, Chattanooga. And they've asked our East Ridge Animal Shelter to be a part of it, so they're going to also have a presence there, and they're going to have dogs and cats there to show off and adopt. There's going to be gift baskets, raffles, etc. And it's from 8 to noon on Saturday, October 2nd. So if anybody can make it out there, like I said, all the proceeds benefit Chattanooga. We'd love to see you. Next, for those that have noticed, we have paved Hilton Drive. We were able to get that road paved now that WWTA has finished their work over there. We're able to get that road done, and we're very happy to finally get started on some of that, so we're happy with that. We also were able, since the last meeting, to have 3 of our intersections on the north side of Ringgold Road paved with cooperation from TDOT. We were able to get Spring Creek, McBrien, and Belvoir paved. We have been putting the loops in, and what we have left to do is to put the final paint job on those, so letting the pavement cure, or whatever you want to say, to age a little bit before they put the paint on there. So it was going to be a few weeks before they finish painting that to make sure it's done well. Multimodal, we have the bids are out. We're waiting for them to come back from the construction companies on the multimodal for Ringgold Road. Those bids should be due back on October 7th, at which point we'll evaluate them and finally get started on that, on the construction phase of that project. Lastly, I sent to the council just over 2 weeks ago a letter from our insurer, Public Entity Partners, about the McBrien School, where they have declined to insure it from this point forward. During my report last time, I neglected to mention that, so I apologize. But they have come out and said they will not insure the building anymore, due partly to the condition of the building. Some of the things that, we've been using that as a storage facility, it seems. We got most of our stuff out of there, but still the condition of the building and some of the things in there, they deem that it's not insurable. With that being said as well, I had sent an email related to that to the council as well that talked about the fact that we have had, and I've said this before, we've had a few developers that have expressed interest in the property over there to redevelop it. So I'm sending out a request for proposals on that to see what sort of interest there is on that. Now, when that comes back, obviously this is for council to look at and approve when we get to that point. But just want to let you know we have sent that out too to start the ball rolling on that, to see what interest, what we might be able to get here in the center of town. So, and the Centennial is Saturday. A few of us will be down there all day tomorrow. Bless you. We'll be down there all day tomorrow, all hands on deck to get everything set. We were down there today. We were worried that it might be too wet because of the rain, but a lot of it is dried out. So we're very happy with that. Most of the usable areas have dried. So some of the tents have started going up today. More will go up tomorrow. We're very excited for Saturday for the event to start. And I think the speakers are a little after 11, correct?
Correct.
Where it starts, and then we're going to have bands all day. You got crafts, as we talked about, food trucks, as you said, family activities, and then birthday celebration. I hear there may be cake, maybe birthday cake, and we're going to have fireworks that night around 9 o'clock when it gets dark, and it's going to be in conjunction with the Chattanooga Red Wolves. We appreciate them sponsoring the fireworks for us for the celebration. It's going to be sort of a dual firework thing, so that when the game ends over at CHI Memorial Stadium, which should be about the same time our final band ends, that we will shoot off the fireworks for everybody to enjoy. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. We'll move into old business. We have, under item A, Resolution 3183.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, to approve the agreement with Chattanooga Red Wolves Academy, CWRA, for Camp Jordan Soccer Field utilization and programming. Council, Mayor, this is an agreement that, if you're aware, the city put out a request for proposals earlier this summer, and the Red Wolves were the proposal that was selected, and so as has arisen out of that is the agreement here for the usage of the fields. Mr. Dorsey has met with representatives that on behalf of the CRWA, and they have worked on this agreement to get it in terms. It's a 5-year term commencing as of this past September 1, and it'll be a 5-year term renewable unless one of the parties wants to terminate it with 1 year's prior notice. It allows for the usage of the fields as well as for resting of the fields to ensure that they're always in top championship quality condition. The other parts in here that are of note here, the Chattanooga Red Wolves will pay to the city $60,000 per year, plus there's going to be some improvement requirements in here that they have as far as a payment. And then for major field repairs, as is titled in paragraph 8, they'll do a $10,000 payment with respect to the purchase of a one-time purchase of a lawnmower, and thereafter $5,000 a year for improvements to the complex to maintain the field's conditions. And so this is the agreement that has been worked out between the parties, and it's up for consideration for you all tonight.
Thank you, sir. I'll entertain a motion for Resolution 3183.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 3183.
Second.
All right, we have a motion to approve by Councilmember Witt and a second, I think I heard Vice Mayor Chauncey. Do you have any discussion? Actually, yeah, do you have any discussion? I see none. Roll call, Ms. Middleton.
Vice Mayor Chauncey.
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
No.
Councilmember Helton.
Yes.
Councilmember Witt.
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes. All right, we'll move to new business. Item A, resolution number 3196.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, to purchase $300 in tickets for the East Ridge Optimist Club barbecue fundraiser.
For the past several years, the city's purchased $300 in tickets for the Optimist Club barbecue fundraiser. They're requesting again this year that the city also purchase those tickets. The proceeds for the fundraiser will be used to help make a difference in the lives of children in East Ridge and surrounding areas. Now, I know we have a couple council members that are members of the Optimist. If anybody else would like to speak on this.
All righty, this is to help support things like the 911 thing that we just did, our fishing rodeo that we do for the kids. We give a donation up to the high school for the most, I think they call it the optimistic senior that they've got up there. And it's not only it's not based on athletics or scholarship. The teachers pick this person. So we give a monetary value up there with them. And there's several other things we do, so I just like to mention the price of our food. And also the cook is the famous Harry Mackey that everybody knows. We're going to be selling chicken and pork sandwiches with chips for $6, chicken and pork plates with slaw, beans, and bread for $10, rib plates with slaw, beans, and bread for $12, and Harry is going to cook full racks of ribs to sell to everyone for $25 for a full rack. And the best of my knowledge, we're going to have this back here in front of the school. Is that right, Harry? All right. Right, so that's what I've got to say about it, but it's a big fundraiser of ours, and
Very importantly, what is the date?
Yes, the date.
what is the date, Harry?
October the 30th. We expound on it. Last year we ended up.
If you don't mind, come up so then everyone can hear you.
Got to have you permanently on the record.
Well, I can hear you, but I just want to make sure that
I thought I was
everyone-
already loud enough. Anyway, last year we couldn't have it earlier in the year, and it ended up late October. We actually had it on Halloween. So we got a little gimmick. We're calling it our annual booby-cue.
And that's going to be on the 30th?
And we're gonna have it as near Halloween as we can each year.
Okay. You said the
This-
30th at what time?
11 to 2.
11 to 2.
And if there's more people lined up and we got food, we'll stay there till they buy it all.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. This is a great club. They do a lot. I'm proud to be a member of the Optimist
Are there
Club.
any other questions? Okay, thank you.
If we do, we'll bring you back up.
Wait till it sits down.
Yeah. All right, I'll entertain a motion for resolution number 3196.
Resolution number 3196.
Second.
Have a motion to approve by Councilmember Hilton and a second by Councilmember Whit. Do we have any discussion? I see none. Roll call, Ms. Middleton.
Vice Mayor Chauncey.
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes,
Councilmember Helton.
Yes.
Councilmember Witt.
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes. Move to item B, resolution number 3197.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, approving a temporary special events beer permit for Randy Carpenter to sell beer at the Van Expo Series at Camp Jordan Arena.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Mayor and Council. Randy Carpenter with Family Concessions has applied for a beer permit to be able to sell beer at the Adventure Van Expo at Camp Jordan, October 1st through the 3rd. So that's what this request is for.
Thank you, sir. I'll entertain a motion for resolution 3197.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve by Vice Mayor Chauncey and a second by Councilmember Hilton. Do we have any discussion? I see none. Roll call, Ms. Middleton.
Vice Mayor Chauncey.
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
yes,
Councilmember Helton.
Yes.
Councilmember Witt.
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes. Thank you, sir. We'll move to item C, resolution 3198.
A resolution of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, approving the Second Amendment to the Development Agreement relating to Border Region Tourism Development District Act, TCA 7-4-101 at SEC with Exit 1 LLC. Members of the council, Mayor, this is related to an amendment that really arose from 2014 when you had Resolution 2389. And in that 2389, there were some provisions in that resolution that didn't get incorporated into the development agreement. And then also just some things that couldn't have necessarily been foreseen at the time in 2014 that have arisen now. So what happened is we have an agreement here, a Second Amendment that's been approved by the IDB, and that's subject to the approval of this body, that would address really two items. One, it addresses the improvements that Exit 1 will perform with respect to property that it acquires. And in Resolution 2389, it had the provision substantial improvement that didn't make it into the development agreement. And so Exit 1 has agreed that with respect to the substantial improvements, any property they acquire, that they would put not less than a 25% monetary construction cost improvement based upon the appraised value of the Hamilton County tax assessors at the time of the purchase. And then the other one is with respect to the baseline going forward on property they acquire, that they will take half the baseline on any property that has a baseline within the Border Region District. And those are the two, really the big items that you see in here. The improvements you've seen already at the Mercantile, they'll get the reimbursements under the Border Region taxes for the last 2 years from 2019 and 20 paid over a 2-year period interest-free, and that will go to Exit 1. So those are your main parts of the Second Amendment here. This went before the IDB on Monday and passed and is now subject to approval here.
Thank you, sir. I'll entertain a motion for resolution 3198.
Second.
We have a motion to approve by Councilmember Helton and a second by Councilmember Witt. Do we have any discussion?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The addresses they've got listed here, 6725 and 6731. Which two parcels is that? I know in this, down there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 businesses in there. Do they all have separate addresses or?
Well, just because they have separate addresses wouldn't be necessarily indicative of the map and parcel, but that was a subdivided property into 2 lots or 2 tracts, and so it represents both those tracts. But it's basically that that development
The
there.
whole development,
Right.
even the one that stands up here by itself,
Talk about the old,
the old beer joint, I call it.
oh, I don't
The
know.
Long John Silver's.
The
or
Clapton
Captain
D's?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's included in there.
yeah.
Okay, so,
Any other questions, sir? All right. Roll call, Ms. Middleton.
Vice Mayor Chauncey,
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle,
well, since our attorney is, favor of this, I'm gonna vote yes. I'm gonna
Counsel.
listen to him.
Councilmember Helton,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt,
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes.
Mayor, if I can say something real quick, I just want to thank Matt Wood and Exit One LLC for working with us to go through here and try to clarify some of the things that were in that original agreement. It really helps us and helps make sure we have a smooth track working with them going forward. We're just glad they're here in East Ridge and are doing what they're doing, so thank you.
I'll second that. Thank you for working with us on that. That's all that we have under our current agenda. So we'll move to item D, the discussion of our tentative agenda for our October 14th council meeting. First item would be our employee milestone recognition awards for September, which we do for our valued employees and staff from reaching milestones of their longevity working for the city. Again, if it wasn't for our employees, making the city great in their services they provide, we wouldn't be the city that we currently are, and we appreciate them very much. So then we'll have under new business a unnumbered ordinance, an ordinance to rezone 4105 Cemetery Road from R3 Apartment District to R1 Residential District. It would be the first reading. Yes, sir?
An update or anything on that, or?
Yeah, if you don't mind, go ahead and
sure.
give us a,
So yes, Mayor and Council, a portion of this property was rezoned from R3 to R1 back in 2002. The owners wish to have the entire parcel now rezoned to R1 to continue the Lominac Cemetery.
thanks, sir. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Not gonna be no houses, single-family homes or nothing?
No, sir.
Just an extension to the cemetery.
Yes, sir, Mr. Cagle.
And I guess I want to add that the planning commission did vote to approve that unanimously, first reading.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Appreciate that info. Then, item B, another unnumbered resolution for purchase of a fire engine. There, Chief Williams.
Mayor and Council, this is the fire truck that we talked about purchasing and replacing one of the existing rescue engines that we currently have. We've had some issues with over the past several years. This engine would be purchased through HGAC that we are a member of, which we have a lot of other opportunities to buy off of that. We've been working on specs with Pierce Manufacturing, who is the manufacturer of this fire truck. I have to get with a little bit more information with staff on trying to make a decision that will bring to council looking at the lease agreement, determining on the amount of years and of course what it's going to cost for each year. But what I was wanting to do is next meeting bring that to council to go ahead and approve this purchase. If we can go ahead and approve this purchase, it will take I believe it's 13 to 14 months to build now, so it's a little ways out. The first payment will not be due until next budget. Okay, the total price that we're looking at, there is a large savings with this because we're replacing an engine. So what we'll be doing is taking all the equipment off that current engine and replacing it. There'll be a small amount of equipment that we will have to add to that because of the way the truck is set up. On our rescue equipment, we'll be transferring over to hydraulics instead of hydraulics, which we've had discussions before with council. I brought that information to you about how much the tensile strength is much stronger on the hydraulics. So the price that we're looking at, total amount is $710,538. There is a fee purchasing through HGAC Buy. I believe it's $2,000. So that will include the $2,000, and the total amount will be $710,538. We've been working on about 60 pages of specs for this piece of apparatus over the last month, so it's very modern, very, it will meet our needs to take us into the future with this truck.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief. One thing we're looking at as well, which is why he mentioned the price, but we're looking at the financing. As you all remember, when we had our budget workshops, we talked about the fact that we're on the final year of payment back to the capital fund from the general fund on another piece of equipment right now. So we're using that sort of as the placeholder for the future years, since we've already had that in our budget to help pay for this. So we're waiting to see how the numbers come back and all that. And at the next meeting, we'll have a proposal for you to talk about how we're planning on financing it, the amount of years and all that. We're just still trying to work through that part.
Awesome.
Questions?
Any questions, council? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, that's all we have on the tentative agenda for next. Yes, sir?
I just want to make sure we're finished with that first. Do you mind coming back up real quick, Chief, and just talk about, I wait till he sat down on purpose. Just talk for a second about how the Hamilton County EMS ambulance service has been working out for us.
Yeah.
Because we've had questions about how it's going.
The ambulance service, I guess we're getting spoiled. They've taken a lot off of our fire department. We're still looking at the call numbers and the call load. So we're down a little bit, but we're still holding our numbers because of citizen assist and other calls typically that come in during the summer months. So everything is down just a little bit. The ambulance itself, I'm speaking on experience here, but we're seeing that it's better serving us than it is other departments in the county. And the reason being is most hospitals are based here locally close to us. So when these other ambulances come in to transport, if our ambulance is on a transport, we're getting another ambulance that's coming from a hospital, typically Memorial, Park Ridge East, Erlanger, Maine. So we're looking at 5-6 minute responses for most of these EMS calls. And we're getting quality services. I'm not sitting here trying to bash the other services, but this has been very dependable. I think this was probably one of the best moves that the city made. They're very professional. They're staying in our house right now at Station 2. When they're there, they're answering a lot of calls, but we're getting a lot of other ambulances. These other ambulances sometimes going back out to their districts. If we have a call come in, they have GPS on all their ambulances, so they know where their ambulances are, so they'll pick that closest ambulance to pick up that call if it's coming back to East Ridge. So we're really benefiting from this, more so than some of these departments that are way out in the county. And they're still looking at 25, 30-minute responses on EMS, and we're getting best of both worlds here, 4 to 6 minute typical responses. I think this is a great decision on the council. I think the council should really be proud of yourself for going forward with this. I really do. I think it was a great decision.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chief.
Thanks for bringing that up. I meant to do that, and thanks.
Forgot to. Thanks.
Chief Williams. I also have heard great things of the transition over to Hamilton County EMS. It's been awesome for us. All right, is there any other business, council members, we need to discuss? I see none. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight. I hope everyone have a great evening, and please tell everyone about our centennial, and hope to see everyone there. Meeting adjourned. Have a good evening.